So we will start our lesson today with Herbert Spencer, the third sociologist. We have already discussed Karl Marx, the inventor of sociology. He was the first one to use the term sociology. He coined the term sociology. And Harriet Martineau. The third one is Herbert Spencer. By the way, his interest and his field of study was engineering. So he was trained to be a civil engineer. So because of the nature of his study, he was mainly concerned with the natural sciences. Later on, he combined the natural and the social sciences together in order to figure out how the society is working. And he invented and created a biological model of the society. He was more influenced and interested with the theory of Charles Darwin, the evolution theory. According to Charles Darwin, in a living organism, the biological systems work together to maintain the organism's health. Okay? This is according to Charles Darwin. From Spencer's point of view, like a living organism, society is a set of interdependent parts that work together to maintain the system over time. What do I mean by interdependent, guys? Interdependent. Azzuddin, if you are not using your mic, muted because of the surrounding. Guys, interdependent. Yes. Ahmed? Yes, Mohab, sorry.
Depend on each other.
Depend on each other. Exactly. Ahmed, mute your mic. So, depend on each other. For example, do you remember the first slide we have in this session? Survival of the fittest. Okay, there was an economic situation over there in London back at the 1800s. Poverty was a major and a serious problem over there. A lot of people were homeless and they can't afford their living. Of course, the rational people used to ask the government for a solution, help the society to solve this economic situation. While the extremist, like Herbert Spencer said, let's eliminate this weak part of the society. From his own point of view, poverty or poor people are the unfit members of the society. So in order to have a strongest society, we must eliminate the unfit. We must eliminate the unfit part of the society. By the unfit here, I mean the weak members. Survival of the fittest. Only the strongest members and the strongest part of the society have the right to exist, while the others, simply let's eliminate them in order to have a good and a stronger society. In fact, we used to use this term, survival of the fittest, and we used to accredit it to Charles Darwin. But in fact, guys, Herbert Spencer invented, and he was the first one to use this term, survival of the fittest. And he was talking about the strongest members of the society who have the right to exist, while the weak members, simply, they can face their own destiny, or they can go to kill themselves in order to have a healthier and stronger society. But later on, because of the popularity of the evolution theory, we accredited survival of the fittest to Charles Darwin. But in fact, it was invented and coined by Herbert Spencer. And we called this theory, we call it social Darwinism. The strongest member should not help the weak. No, do not offer them solutions, because they have no right to exist. Society is better served by eliminating the unfit. This is from his own point of view. Now, guys, the question, do you think this theory, what do you think about this theory? What's your opinion, guys? Wahab.
Mister, I think يعني as a fact, it's true that if you eliminate the weak people in the society will become more healthy and it will become stronger. But it's not يعني it doesn't it's not compatible with the human rights.
It's a point of view. Let me, Mustafa.
Yes, Master, this is not a rule, like, this is a way of living. People do this without a rule. Like, they don't need to help poor people. Not a lot of rich people help them. Like, this is not a rule.
So you are with or against?
I am with, actually.
To eliminate the unfit.
Yeah.
Okay, Ahmed.
Theoretically, it's right, but practically it cannot be practiced in all of living aspects. Any company, he could eliminate the weaker point because he wants to survive or make the company better. But he has no right, no one has the right to tell because he's not ruling this world. Yeah, yes, I'm not sure.
Okay. Yusuf Ala. Thank you, Ahmed. Yusuf, what's your opinion?
يعني the theory it works, but no man or no person has the right or the authority to do it.
Yani theoretical talking, it's a good solution, a possible solution.
Yes,
But
it's
in
not
the real
compatible.
in the
It's
real
not
life,
compatible. Yes.
okay. Ali Ashraf.
Disagree, Mister, because if the strong help the weak can gradually become stronger and help the other weak people. So the society will all become strong people. And killing the weak is inhumane, so it can't be a good theory.
It's a point of view, Ziad.
Mister, I disagree, as I said, because the weakest person, like sometimes it's not his choice whether to be weak or the strong in the society. So I think that like the government or the strong people should like give solutions for the weakest people in the society to like gradually become strong.
Exactly. It's their job, their role to
Yes.
solve the societal problems, not simply to choose the easiest solution, eliminating them.
Yes, and because also the strong people even could gradually be the weakest in the society.
Okay, Luay.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
So I think survival of the fittest for humans doesn't even make sense because basically it means survival for the rich, and even the one who invented it. What made him think that he's even fit?
Because he's not making a problem in the society. So from his own point of view, he's fat.
Maybe.
Yusuf, do you still want to add something? Or you are raising your hand by mistake? Muhammad Magdi.
Mister, there is no one in the world is fittest because there is some people are fit in something and some people are fit in another thing that it's not for the all people are fit in the thing. So there is no fittest in everything.
Okay. Guys, let me give you another example. Okay. Just a minute. Try to remember the Holocaust. When Hitler decided, the Nazis, when Hitler decided that some people do not have the right to live, the unfit members from his point of view, and here I'm talking about the Jews, he said that they do not have the right to exist. They do not have the right to live on the German soil. So he simply started to eliminate them because they were unfit from his own point of view. And he went on eliminating people. He said that the gypsies do not have the right to exist because they are making problems. And also any single human being with a mental or even a physical disability or physical illness do not have the right to exist. We must eliminate the unfit members of the society in order to have a stronger and a healthier society. So, with all of my respect, who are you to decide who will live and who's gonna die? Ahmed Rafa, do you want to add something? Ahmed, Mohab, Ali,
Mister.
do you still want to add something or you are raising your hands by
I want
mistake?
to ask a question, Mister.
Be my guest.
If people can decide who lives and who dies, then why do we kill like murderers and stuff?
Murders. Individual murders or
No,
wars?
not individual murders. I mean, if a murderer is caught by police, they execute him.
Yes.
Because
On what
our
basis
law,
do we
because our
find that
law,
the word fit?
just a minute, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Let me answer
There's
this
no
question.
definition for the word fit, right?
Because our law is mainly
Some part-
based on religion. So according to the religion, whoever killed the person must be killed. Not in the middle of a war, not in action, of course. Okay? Because the law is based on religion. Ahmed, sorry. I couldn't hear you well. Can you please repeat it? Ahmed? Ahmed. You can write for me if you can say, by the way. Okay, let's go on. Mohab, do you still wanna, please, guys?
Yes,
Yes. Huh? Do you wanna add something?
Mr. Sir, I think I'm having a delay. Is it okay?
Okay, let's go on, guys. So his view was simply to eliminate the unfit members of the society, the weak members of the society. And during his life, he used cerebral hygiene. Cerebral is related to mind. And again, cerebral hygiene is, who's gonna help me here, guys? Cerebral hygiene. Wait, Mohab. What about the sleepy members of the class? Omar Tariq. Of course, I do not mean that Omar Tariq is a sleepy member. No, I just want to ask him. Omar Tariq Muhammad, what do you think about the cerebral hygiene? If this is your first time to hear this term? Omar Tariq. No, Omar Tariq. Sleepy Omar Tariq. Ziad Ahmed?
Yes, sir.
How are you,
Yes.
Ziad? Yusuf Muhammad. Sorry, Ziad. Yusuf Muhammad.
معك يا مستر.
What's cerebral hygiene? Do you have any idea? Have you ever heard this term before? Cerebral hygiene?
لا.
Okay. Auguste Comte, the first sociologist, the inventor of sociology, used this technique, cerebral hygiene. Mustafa Hassam, would you please tell us what's a cerebral hygiene?
A method is like clearing mind and not caring for everything happening around you.
Thank you. In other words, we can say, Awlad, cerebral hygiene is ignoring or neglecting the other writings, the people who are criticizing his views or against his views. So instead of reading these writings, you will simply ignore or neglect them in order to pure or to clear your mind. Okay? And guys, you're gonna see in the discussion rooms area, you're gonna see a discussion room entitled with your class name, and you're gonna see a question over there. Do you think cerebral hygiene is a good way of thinking? Yes or no? You can simply express your thoughts, and your participation will be highly appreciated. So, this is all for Herbert Spencer. Any questions regarding Herbert Spencer, or we can go on? I think we can go on. Karl Marx. This guy is a problem, a real problem. Have you ever heard his name before? Karl Marx?
Yes, mister, but I don't remember exactly anything about what he said.
Okay. First of all, let's start with his life. He was born in Prussia, or later on, Germany. He was born in Germany, and he was interested with the economy. So after he finished his studying, he went to work as a writer in a local newspaper. But because of his radical views and strange theories, they simply fire him from this newspaper. He was unemployed. He started to talk to the people, and the government eventually kicked him out of Germany because of his views. He went to Brussels to work over there as a newspaper writer. But because of his views and the radical theories, he was fired again and he was kicked out of the country. So he thought about going to the city of freedom, or nowadays they call it the city of lights. I mean Paris, France. He stayed over there for a while, but he was kicked again. Eventually, he went to settle down in London until he was dead. And he died in poverty, by the way. Okay, so what about his views? What's strange with his theories or his views? Let me tell you something. From his own perspective, from his own point of view, the society is shaped according to the economy. So every single society all over the world consists of two social classes, only two, the bourgeoisie and the proletariat, without a middle class between them. Only two social classes, people who owns the means of the production, the wealthy people who owns the means of the production, and the workers, the laborers, the proletariat. So if you have a look here at this picture, this is not a charity work. This is only to symbolize how the wealthy people or the bourgeoisie are treating the proletariat. They are not giving them the enough money. They are giving them, sorry, they are giving them the small amount of money so they can merely survive. By using this way, they will not be wealthy. Okay? This is the problem. Bourgeoisie and the proletariat. So, how are we going to fix this problem? He said that in order to fix this problem, let's eliminate the bourgeoisie. Okay, the wealthy people. How are we going to eliminate them? How do you think? Killing them? Tell me.
Revolution.
Sleepy revolution.
Yes.
Okay, it's one of the possible solutions. But he didn't mention the way, by the way. He said, the proletariat will somehow be united together and they will agree that they will overthrow the bourgeoisie from their power. Then they will create a classless society without any differentiation between social classes. All of the people are the same. No more social classes. They will simply redistribute the wealth of the nation. So, how do you think he will distribute the wealth? According to the contributions. Let me elaborate this item a little bit. After creating a classless society, no more social classes, every single human being in the society will contribute according to his efforts. What's your effort? A physician? A doctor? So you will contribute in this society as a doctor to practice your profession. Your contribution is an engineer. You are an engineer. So you will contribute in this society as an engineer. Okay, what about the reward? All the humans will be rewarded according to their needs. For example, you have 3 kids. Okay, 3,000 will be enough for you. You have 7 kids, so 8,000 will be enough for you. Your work is far from home, so the society will provide you with one of the ways of the transportation, will provide you with a car, for example. Get the idea? After creating a classless society, all the humans will contribute in the society according to their ability. And they will be rewarded according to their needs. This is his own point of view. Remember, guys, because of these views, because of these radical theories, every single country he used to live in, he was kicked out of it because of these radical theories. One of his famous quotes, guys,